So I said I'd do this a while ago, but now I'm finally doing it. So my dad's had these lenses up here by the way, but my dad's had them since he did a bit of photography, like I think it was in the 80s, he'll probably correct me in the comments, but anyway. I haven't been able to use them with the camera that I have, which is a Canon 700D, because they have a different mount system. So this has an EOS mount system, which obviously Canon has their own, then Nikon has their own, then Sony have their own. These are PK mounts, which is Pentax K mount or something like that. But now, or for a while now, I've had this, which is a lens adapter. So what this does is it converts PK to EOS, meaning that I can grab a PK lens, like this one, I can then put him onto here, then he will now fit this camera. So that's how that works. Let's run through the lenses, shall we? Let's start off with this guy that we have here. This was the kit lens that he had on his camera. It was a Cosina something, I can't remember the something bit, but it was a Cosina. This is the Cosina kit lens that came with it. It's a 28 to 50mm lens. I don't use this one a lot, just because there's another one that has more of a range and is a better lens. But it's still nice to have. It's got this funny rubbery thing on to block the light when it's shining at an angle. It's cool. That's lens number one. Lens number two is effectively that other lens, this lens's replacement, because this is a 28 to 84 Sigma lens, and it's the focus. There's so much different focal range. Is that the? I don't know the right term, but yeah, it's 28 to 84. You can see that pop out, pop in and out there. Obviously, all these have manual controls. You can't control it with the auto settings on the camera, so you always have to shoot in manual to use these, because like that's the aperture. You might be able to see there's a hole in there. See that get bigger? That's what manual aperture looks like. So that's lens number two. I use this guy quite a lot. Probably the most used lens, maybe. Lens number three. This is probably equally used as much with him actually, because I used this guy on a car journey, as I might have said before. He's a telephoto lens, so he's a 120 to 300 Sigma, and you zoom in like this. You hold the lens and then you go zoom in, zoom out, and then focus is turning him, and then once again the aperture ring is here, as you'll be able to see. He also comes with a little sun cap sort of thing. So yeah, this guy's pretty cool. You can zoom in quite far, but you can't zoom in quite as far without the fourth and final lens. It's not really a lens, but this guy is a doubler. This will mean that it will double the zoom capabilities. So let's just use this lens as an example. So this was a 120 to 300 with the doubler. So now with the doubler, he's now a 240 to 600mm. So that's at 240, 600mm. So that's quite a large zoom in. It's very useful for getting close-ups, very useful in general, this guy. The only downside of this is that the lens will lose 2 stops of light when you use the doubler. That's pretty much standard. That's what I've been told. So yeah, these are the new lenses. Sort of new, I mean they're from the 80s, but you know what I mean. And I'm probably going to be using them more. Actually, now just to show you the difference between the lenses. This is an 18 to 55. This is what 18 to 55 looks like outside my window. As you can see, it's a bit of zoom, but it's not a lot. Now I'll put on the 120 to 300mm, which is quite zoomed in. And now this is with the doubler on that, so it's a 240 to 600. It's quite a lot of zoom, isn't it? Don't they look pretty up there? Look at them.